Welcome in everyone to another edition of Four Wide Motorsports Network. We are starting another series. Here's the new ARCA series, and I'm going to try to hop in here real quick. Sorry about the delay. Got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to hit up the starting grid real quick, let you know that our pole sitter, Stephen Luttrell in 36, to his outside Yogi Schlier in number 12, Chris Golden, Daniel Michelle, Landon Brown, Joel Bullwin, Chris Norris, Wayne Cannon, Harold Rothery, Austin Cansdale, Benjamin Hollabaugh, Tyler Autry, Ron Waters, Hunter Carlson, David Calbert, and Joshua Tressler, and Daniel Jones. Okay, so there's our starting grid. Just want to let everyone know we've got a new broadcaster in here with us tonight. And I still don't have his name typed in here yet, but I'll be working on that in just a second. I'm still trying to get everything set up, but we've got a green flag. We're going strong. Everything seems to be looking good. And at the other side of my virtual couch, we have a Mr. Colton Briner. Colton, how are you doing tonight, sir? You doing okay?
Oh, I'm doing great over here. Just welcoming myself into FWM and excited to join the broadcast and see what I can do here.
Absolutely. Well, it's not hard. You just more or less just call it like you see it. That's what the advice that I always give to everyone as we see right now. Stephen Luttrell, our pole sitter, he's still out in front just by a nose as we see the 25. I'm not even sure who that is. That would be Daniel Michelle. I think that's the correct way of pronouncing his name. And Colton here, he's been a victim of the broadcaster enunciation curse more than once. I think it probably took us about 3 weeks to be able to get your name pronounced correctly. Hopefully I'm doing it correctly now.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of those things like at my home track. A lot of people tend to mess it up here and there, but we go with it and, we try our best.
Absolutely, man. Well, we've got a good run going on right now. Actually, to be honest with you, I was a little bit worried that we may see a little bit of carnage here up front most of the time when these guys are stuck nose to tail. And especially on these drafting tracks where you really have to be on another guy's bumper. I was just a little bit worried that the start may get a teeny bit chaotic, and all it takes is one little itty-bitty mistake, and the next thing you know, you're taking out the entire field. So right now we've got two snakes going on, two lines. An inside line with Wayne Cannon leading. We've got Austin Cansdale pushing him right now, trying to get into second place, and we still have the 25 of Daniel Michelle. If that's, I don't know. Colton, can you tell me, is that the way he pronounces his name? Do you know by chance?
Honestly, I don't know, but that's kind of the same way I would take it.
Okay, all right. Well, here we go, man. We got 2x2 as far back as we can see. And just want to let everyone know, appreciate you joining in with us here. And while this is going on, seems like they are kind of maintaining their composure, holding their water, if you will. I'm going to start typing in some names here. And hopefully I don't misspell it. And here we go. I'm Tracy Brown, your lead announcer, driver analyst, and producer. And luckily at the last moment, we got Colton Briner. He's coming in here as our color analyst, our color announcer, and also a driver here with Four Wide Motorsports. And so he's going to be giving us a driver's perspective throughout the night as well. And I certainly hope, or would like to thank him for jumping in here at the last minute. We had a couple of cancellations, and it was getting ready to be me all by my own. And that's never a good sign. So appreciate you jumping in here with me, Colton. How do you think things are going right now, buddy?
It's looking like things are running pretty smooth. Most of them are running at inside line. A few of them out there on the outside, taking it double wide. Don't see too much banging around going on, so they're keeping respect with each other, kind of dropping in, getting that draft. So do see Hunter Carlson here pushing up 13 positions since the start of the race.
Yeah, he has done a fabulous job because it seems like to me, I can't remember exactly where he started. I guess it was 13th because right now he's leading the lower line as these guys are starting to flatten out into a single line. And man, that's pretty doggone impressive with the number of cars that he has passed. And I don't know. My suspicion is, I know that. Well, let me pull this up real quick for everyone who is wanting to kind of take a look at it. We got 60 laps, 149 miles. We're going to have a stage break at lap 20, unless I'm incorrect and typed in the wrong number. Got 3 sets of tires in the pits, and for tonight, no limit on the fast repairs. And the green-white checkered attempts, I took a stab at it. I was kind of running late. I believe it is too. But anyway, where I was headed with this, Colton, is I really think, yeah, I mean, it's just my personal opinion, but here on a track like Daytona, it's so big, you know you got a stage coming at lap 20. If I were behind the wheel, I think what I would just do is just kind of find me a good spot in line, just kind of ride for a while, try to stay out of trouble, and sort of start making my moves in the later half of this race. How do you feel about that strategy? Would you do anything any different, or I mean, what would your strategy be for a race like tonight?
Well, honestly, I haven't really been in much with the ARCA class. I know I test drove them once. So I know it was kind of tough when I first started with it. I only ran like one race, just test driving when they had the demos out. So I mean, pretty much looking at it from a driver's aspect with the kind of race it is, I would go with, just holding back and saving for that stage break as much as you can.
Yeah, and just like that, Mr. Dan, hold on a minute, Dan Michelle. Okay, so we got a viewer who's taking a look at the race right now, who corrected me on his pronunciation, so that's great. I certainly appreciate that. Bradley Young, 3565. I think he is also a racer here with Four Wide Motorsports. Dan Michelle. So, we just had an incident that more or less he was involved in, and I'm sitting here right now trying to go back through my alerts and see if I can find a particular, I don't know. I was hoping to be able to find it. It's not coming up on my events right now, so we'll just kind of take a stab at it here and take a replay and just see if we can find it manually. Yeah, that's definitely too far forward. I'm going to back it up real quick. Yeah, as we see a big mix-up right here, and I'm going to put the camera right on number 25, and that will be Daniel Michelle. And then we're going to take a replay real quick. We see the 25, he's up on the 12 of Yogi Schleer. They seem to be kind of drafting. Oh, I see what happened. 25 got to his outside. Schleer did not know it. Ended up coming up, putting him in the wall. And that's all that it's going to take for something like this to bring out a caution. So this is our first caution. We're on lap 9 of 60. Hunter Carlson right now is our leader. We got Harold Rothery, a new driver here with Four Wide Motorsports. And our league owner, number 29 of Wayne Cannon, running in third. Austin Lucky Can still in 33. And Stephen Luttrell. Got to tell you something about Stephen here, Colton. You can never count that guy out. I don't care where he's running at. He always seems to find a way to make his way to the front near the end of the race.
Oh, yeah. Previously running with Steven in the late models and the trucks. I will say Steven's not one to count at all. He can definitely make his way through the pack and come up there, whether it be halfway through the race, whether it be right at the end. And he definitely knows how to make a move and come up there and capture the win.
For sure, man. I tell you what, it looks like Hunter's running a new paint scheme here tonight. We'll see if we can't take a look at that. That looks pretty interesting. And just as soon as I say that, there we go. Okay, I got a different camera name here. Studio 86, born on date 5th of December 2025. Man, that's a pretty car there. So we can get a little bit better view of it. Yeah, absolutely. Man, we got a lot of new paint schemes tonight. So it's kind of hard for me to keep up with who's running what. I'm familiar with some of the numbers here. But we can see right here, we got Harold Rothery. I think this is his first race with us tonight. That's a beautiful car. And then, of course, we got Wayne Cannon. If I can get a good shot of that thing. Well, it's not going to cooperate. Oh, running the Gravedigger car. Oh, man, how about that? That's a pretty interesting paint scheme there. Well,
yeah, he was talking earlier in the chat that he spent some countless hours copying, pasting, and scaling and everything to get that paint scheme set up there. And I told him, I said, honestly, it looks pretty good.
It looks really good. Man, I'm here to tell you, I can see why he would have so much trouble trying to put it together. That's pretty doggone intricate there. So, I tell you what, right now we got 50 laps to go out of 60. We're going to have a stage break, if I read correctly, in another 10 laps. So it's going to be kind of like a little 10-lap shootout here. And the lights are off on the pace car, but I think we're going to be taking another lap around here. So, personally, right now I just think everybody's just kind of riding and driving. There was a little bit of a mix-up there. I'm pretty sure that Daniel Michel, he kind of got a run on Yogi Schleer, and instead of hitting him right square in the rear end, kind of moved to the outside. But sometimes the iRacing spotters aren't as quick as you'd like for them to be, and they kind of met up against the outside wall. So, here's a run-through order. As you can see on your television screen, we got Carlson, Rothery, Cannon, Cansdale, Luttrell, Landon Brown, my nephew, running into 7th position. My good buddy Chris Golden in the 86 running in 6th. Another good buddy of mine, Chris Norris, in the 56. He's up to 8th. Baldwin, not real sure about him. I think this may be his first night as well. In 10th position, we got Jonathan Hollabaugh. He's just coming off knee surgery, and so it's good to see him back out here as well. And then in the number 99 car, running in the 11th position, we got Ron Waters, Joshua Tressler, Tyler Autry, Daniel Michel, Dave Calvert. I've got two. I got a Dave Calvert and a David Calvert with two different iRacing numbers. I'm assuming these are different people. Just kind of ironic they have the same name. And we get the green flag. Here we go. Everybody's kind of finding a partner to line up with and be able to draft with as we're running down the front stretch headed into turn 1. Colton, it looks like to me everybody's just kind of content right now, just kind of line up, get in line, and kind of knock down these 10 laps until the stage lap, or until the stage break comes out, and then something tells me the strategy is going and the intensity is going to be picking up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to pit strategy. Everybody might be just hanging back and waiting for them final laps to maybe come up and make a move. I will say Hunter got a nice jump on the start there, and then everybody just falling in place. Kind of working out real good there. Got a couple hanging on the outside, and see what they can do to draft together there.
Yeah, as we take a look, we got the 99. And that would be Ron Walters. And I think it was Chris Norris up there with him. We'll see if we can find him real quick. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That is the 25. of Daniel Michelle. And now they're teaming up with Austin Cansdale and Wayne Cannon on the outside line. We got an outside lane forming now, going up against Hunter Carlson and Harold Rothery, I think is who that is. Sometimes on these bigger tracks, it's hard to get a good camera angle, and they're moving back and forth so much on our scoring tower that it's kind of hard to keep up with who's where. But
yeah, right now it's kind of a mix-up.
Oh, as we see Stephen Luttrell, he kind of, well, I thought he was going to go into the sucker hole there for a minute, but he moved up to the high line. Yep, so the high line seems to be losing a little bit of energy. Those guys might need to make sure to kind of stay in line and see if they can't make this thing work as Stephen Luttrell drops back down to the inside line. And he's in the middle again. So I guess he's going to be working both lines as he goes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working too much on the outside there. It looks like they kind of get spread out and lose the draft, and they just start falling back. So it's looking like the inside lane might be the lane to run tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Colton. And again, you just kind of see the cars bobbing and weaving, moving in and out and forwards and backwards. And I'm just hoping that everybody can hold on to it for another 6 laps until we can get to the stage break before they really unleash the fury here and show us what kind of action we're going to be in store for here tonight. As we see the 29 of Wayne Cannon, he was really on the outside of Stephen Luttrell's rear bumper. Austin Cansdale now coming up behind the 29 of Wayne Cannon, trying to give him a little extra shove. But right now, it looks like to me we're getting ready to have about a 4 or 5 car breakaway unless these guys on the outside can kind of get their act together and stay in line. So we come across 44 laps to go now. So we got another 4 laps for the stage break. Guys, just keep it together. Hold your water. Got a long ways to go. 44 laps on. I'm sorry, Colton. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, these guys just got to keep their seatbelts a little loose yet, and sit there and just try and ride the ride. You got that stage break coming up, and play their pit strategy right, and I mean, position's all one thing until you come up to that stage break and then see where you get out on pit road and try and make positions then after that stage break and try and make it to the front. So it could get interesting. Hopefully not too many cautions. See how good these guys can run.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And one thing I'm wondering about, or starting to wonder about, is we see Wayne Cannon bobbing a little bit. I've only ran a few races in this particular car and never at Daytona or Talladega. So I don't really think the tire wear would be an issue as far as having to worry about getting any kind of flat. But I do wonder, as the tire wear starts to accumulate here, I mean, are they going to start, having more and more trouble controlling the car? And I'm not sure, Colton, have you got any experience in the ARCA car to this point?
Honestly, not really. Like I said, I only did the demos when they had them come out. They do them demo runs, and I tested it out once. And I didn't end up really having the money to buy the cars and the tracks and everything right away. So it seemed a little tough. I don't know how the tire wear is exactly. So it's kind of one of those things, being from the driver point of view, I'm not totally sure. And then we got Wayne Cannon coming out there and taking that lead.
Man, Wayne Cannon shot out of there like a cannon from out of nowhere, semi-nowhere anyway. I know he was on the outside line the last time I looked. But wow, I think he's kind of looking. From what I understand, they're going to give like an additional bonus point or points. Oh, as we got him spinning in the back. I know I saw Yogi Schleer, Landon Brown. Oh man, Landon's missing his front valence there, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But I will see if we can't pull it back up, see if we can't see what happened. Here's a replay right here. And it jumped a little bit too far forward, so we're going to back it up manually. Oh man, we got a sandwich here. And I can't tell who that is right now. In the car right behind Landon Brown is in the 54 car. That would be Tyler Autry, new driver here with us. He kind of gets a run on Landon, goes to the inside line. And then these guys end up meeting somewhere with Tyler as the meet in the sandwich. Oh, it looks like Tyler might have got into Yogi Schleer just a little bit and turned him into Landon Brown. And that's kind of how that went down. So I think this is going to take us to our stage break. Yes, just heard on race control there that this is the stage break. So we'll kind of catch up with the field up here right now. Austin Cansdale, I'm showing, is in the lead. So we got Austin Cansdale, Wayne Cannon, Chris Golden, Stephen Luttrell, and Hunter Carlson. And Colton, I just want to let you know there, buddy, even though you can hear the voice chat going on with the drivers, or hopefully you can anyway, it's not being broadcast, so that's just for me and you to try to gauge what the heck's going on here in case we encounter a situation where something seems a bit chaotic. So if that's bothering you at all, I can turn that up or down, depending on how you prefer to listen to it.
Oh, you're good. I actually enjoy hearing the drivers, talking throughout the race. Or when incidents happen, just to see what happened. It gives you some information to give the feedback to the broadcast.
Yeah. We went so long without, having that capability, and sometimes we could never really figure out what was going on. So this really helps out a lot as we see Austin Cansdale. I would imagine most everyone's going to bring it down pit lane right now. As we see, I think that was 17. That would be Daniel Mindfu Jones, I think, getting a wave around. He's shown as one lap down right now. Is the only guy one lap down. And I'm trying my best to find a decent doggone camera view here. Not great cameras at this particular track to be able to show our pit action that's going on. But didn't look like many people wasted time. I was hoping to be able to get a good camera angle so we can see who's taking tires and who's not. But it didn't seem like to me they wasted much time on pit lane there.
Yeah, it might be looking like they could be just taking right side tires and gassing up the fuel there. Just taking out their pit strategy. The left sides might not be wearing too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that the left sides would be a concern, especially with only 60 laps in. But again, I don't have much experience with these particular cars at all, and especially as super speedways. I do know that Daytona is more of a handling track than Talladega is, so I think tires will come into play. It's just a matter of how much will they come into play. That's what I'm not familiar with. And as we look back over here into the YouTube chat, we got Bradley Young. He's tuning in. Sorry he couldn't make it tonight. He's saying tire wear is not a thing here. Can run 1,000 laps on a set. So that kind of answers our questions about that. Let's see. Bradley also want to know who did the digger scheme for Cannon. Well, apparently Cannon himself did it, according to Colton. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what he was saying in the chat. I don't know if he just did the graphics and sent them over to whoever did his paint scheme, or if he did the whole paint scheme himself. I know he did say he was looking at there was some flaws in the paint scheme, but I don't know. I took a close-up look at it in the pictures that he sent, and it definitely didn't look like there was any flaws, really.
Yeah, it looks really good to me. I'm impressed. Great job there, Wayne. Uncle Cannon. So the lights are off on the pace car, and I just want to give a shout out to I think you call him William, the Stephen Luttrell fan club. Got to give it to Stephen, man. He brings the heat on the track and brings the fans in the stands. So he always has a good turnout in the YouTube chat here. So right now he is leading. So I'm sure that's going to make everybody pretty happy there.
Yeah, I will say he was running kind of mid-pack there, so maybe he was playing some strategy for the race, and then for that stage break, he just came up through the field there. He's running up front, battling with Cannon and Carlson, and then after the pit stop, he's on the pole.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if he just went fuel only. You know, for him to pass that number of or that many people, which whenever they pitted, I think he was running in fifth position, come out first. The other four guys may have taken on right side tires. But according to our friend there, Bradley Young, in the YouTube chat, you can do 1,000 laps on a set of tires. So maybe it's not that big a deal. We're going to get ready to find out how this strategy works here, though, as the lights are off on the pace car. Getting ready to dive in. I think, maybe not. There he goes. Okay. Pace car taking a late exit in there. He was seeing if he could throw us a curveball up here in the broadcast booth. But here we go. We got the green flag. Stephen Luttrell hammering down, leading. He's got Austin Cansdale right on his bumper. And right behind him is Chris Golden. I see some wiggling back there in the background. A little bit concerning. And I'm not exactly sure who that was, Colton, but somebody's missed a shift, and it looks like, man, we got a little bit of chaos going on back there, but still green flag right now. So I'm assuming these guys kind of got it sorted out.
Yeah, they're all dropping down there in single file, laying there on the inside. It's looking like definitely the inside is the lane to be in, unless they can get hooked up on the outside there. We definitely got some position changes coming up through the field with that pit stop.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Colton. You know, I've run a number of these races, never in this particular car here, but it always seems like the inside line kind of works out for the best. But with that being said, it is awful hard for some reason or another to get the guys on the outside to stay in almost like a freight train line. And I'm not sure if the... I'm sorry, I didn't mean step on you there, but just to let you know, I don't know if this double yellow line here kind of helps guys with their frame of reference as where they are, you know, as you're staring at the guy's bumper in front of you.
Yeah, coming from a driver's perspective, I will say it is kind of hard to run that yellow line because sometimes you get down, you kind of touch it, and then it kind of throws your car out for a little bit. And then you get back in there. Also, being a driver perspective, I prefer the inside line myself. When I get to the outside and try and get hooked up with somebody, it is a little harder on the outside. It's a little bit of different driving. And then you just kind of want the inside kind of just to protect that position that you're in.
That is exactly my thoughts as well. That's what I always use. That's kind of like the double yellow line is the out of bounds line here in NASCAR racing, as well as the virtual ARCA series tonight. And I kind of always tried to use that to my advantage, stay low enough so no one can get to me inside. And more or less hope nobody can team up with a number of partners on the outside and keep it together. As wow, man, we got the 16 there. I think that's who it was, of Harold Rothery. And the 32 of Hunter Carlson again. I'm not sure if he took on 4 tires or maybe he was speeding into pits or something, but he sort of dropped back after those pit stops there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Hunter there. He did restart towards the back of the pack there, but I will say I wouldn't count him out because he is making a move towards the front.
He sure is. He's got Wayne Cannon and the Gravedigger paint scheme out in front of him. A little bit concerned about Harold. No offense, Harold, but you know, you want to hold a pretty wheel, man. Give the guys behind you a good target. Don't want to be swerving too much there. Keep it nice and straight. And they're going to need, right now with that inside lane, they've got a good 5 guys on the inside. They're kind of teamed up. So whatever you're going to try to do on the outside, man, you're going to need another car or two. And you just can't be weaving back and forth, in my opinion. I could be wrong. As they're going around a lap car of Yogi Schleer into 12. Oh, Yogi's up against the wall. Oh, man, he holds it up there. Boy, I was a little bit concerned there that he may get into the 99 car. And that would
It
be
definitely
Ron
take
Waters.
a couple hits there.
Yeah. And that's never good. You know, these bodies are pretty resilient, but still, if nothing else, you're going to shave off some of that paint on the right-hand side and create a little bit of drag. Maybe I'm wrong about that as well, but that's my thoughts.
I would come to think, you know, with the drafting and everything, you need that clear paint down the side and no rips and tears in it. So it might mess up the draft a little bit, but hopefully he can get back up there and running smooth again.
Yeah, and I think we may have had a single car crash. I'm showing that Chris Norris into 56. I didn't want to leave this. Oh, my goodness. That right there is the reason why I didn't want to jump back too fast. Oh, we got the 16 of Harold Rothery. And, yes, the caution flag is out now. So I'm going to try to go back here and see if we can find out what happened to Chris Norris. And again, my little, ooh. So there's Yogi Schleer right on his bumpers. They're coming out of turn 2. Oh, man, that was just a matter, I think, of Yogi being to his outside, Chris Norris being just a little bit offset, and when Chris tried to get back in line, he more or less just clipped Yogi's front nose there. So we'll see if we can bring it back live here. And I was hoping to be able to find an event here. And just to let the viewers know, as well as Colton here. So as the race is going on, I'm kind of getting a little event notice. And it kind of lets me know who was involved in wrecks and who wasn't, but that isn't always very reliable. Sometimes it misses a few of these things here, so it's hard for me to go back. I don't want to rewind for 2 miles of virtual racing to find the incident. So it kind of leaves us broadcasters here in a bad spot. But obviously, by looking at the number of valences that are missing, it looks like the car's got damage and all. We obviously had something go wrong. I think the understatement of the century happened when someone said, "Oh my God! Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish that. We obviously have a major malfunction." Was the statement I was looking for, but then I just happened to notice that doggone Chris Golden, man. My man happens to be running one of my favorite paint schemes. Look at that. That's a throwback to what he actually ran at Salem, Indiana, I think it was. A real life ARCA car. Had Leadfoot TV on the hood with LFRL. And I wished I knew how to get a good side shot there. Yeah, there's a 4-wide Motorsports logo on the back quarters. And I can't remember what it said. There's some wording up above the rear tires, but I can't remember now. It's been a while. But we'll kind of keep the camera on him right now, Colton, and just see what they do. As you see Stephen Luttrell, he's taking on right side tires. Looks like Chris Golden just got fuel only that time. I'm not exactly sure, but Stephen Luttrell still beat him out of the pits. So, we see the pit strategy going on here. We've got 29 laps to go at this moment, and I would assume by 28, 27 by the time we take the green flag. So it won't be many more laps before it's going to be time to dig, and I think we're going to see the intensity creep up. And what little bit of give and take there was is getting ready to evaporate. What do you think, Holden?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's 29 laps ago. I think they might just sit back and ride for a few laps here, and then I'm going to take a gander at probably about 15 laps to go. I think the intensity is going to get turned up, and then come 10 laps to go, it's going to get real tight, and we might see some big position changes here and racing for the lead. So hopefully these guys can play out their strategies right and see what positions they can make, and may the best man win.
Okay, well, hey, why don't us broadcasters get prepared for this exciting finish? We got at least one more lap under caution. So I say we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the finish of the race under green here. And me and Colton are going to take a quick pit stop. Not sure how many tires we're going to take, but we need to go to the pits anyway. So we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. I told you we'd be able to make it back for the final green flag laps of this particular race. Here we got Austin Lucky Cansdale out front. Stephen Luttrell always seems to find his way up front. He's running in second. And then how about that, our buddy Chris Norris, the real-life ARCA driver, pulling up in third here. So, the stage is set. We've got 27 laps to go. Normally, on a short track, I would say with 25 to go, that's time to dig. You know, more or less throw caution to the wind. No more give and take. It's all about take at that point. But, Colton, as you were saying, man, you think they're going to wait till about 15 laps or so, you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking by lap 15, it's going to start heating up a little bit, and then come to lap 10, I think it's really going to intensify as we see them going 3 wide now.
Yeah,
they might be turning it up even sooner.
Yeah, I mean, they may have forgotten that they're on a super speedway here in C25 to go and figure it's time to dig anyway. But yeah, we saw Stephen Luttrell, man, he kind of went up there and scraped the outside wall. I'm sure that knocked off a little bit of energy out of his car. But we're staying green. I don't really know there was a whole lot of damage to it or anything. But like we were saying earlier, you don't want to do that too much. Oh my goodness, man, we got Cansdale, Golden, Luttrell, Landon Brown, the 16. Everybody they're just spinning. Man, they're still side by side right now. Yogi Schleer, Hunter Carlson. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. I guess they were battling for the yellow line. I'm sure there's a lot of damage on Hunter's car. Flip back over here to him. Yeah, man. Ooh. The way that sucker's crab walking, yep. I would definitely say we got some wheel damage there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of damage there. I think it's safe to say we might have the big one at Daytona there.
I think you're 100% correct, man. Oh boy, I've got so many different particular I don't know what you call it, like event notices down here. We'll just kind of take our pick one and kind of hit the replay and let's see if we can't figure out what happened. So as you see them, man, they're getting 3 wide there. Stephen Luttrell on the outside. There's and I ended up missing it. The wreck was actually closer up front. We got Cansdale. It looks like Chris Golden. Oh my goodness, man. So I see exactly what happened right now. So we flick the camera over here to Chris Golden. He's going to get into Cansdale, send Cansdale to the apron, and then it's just man, 3 wide. Cansdale's not sure where Golden is. Comes up just a hair. Golden has nowhere to go. And Colton, I think you said it best. That was the big one here at Daytona, I do believe.
Yeah, stacking up a bunch of cars there. It just looked like, Cansdale didn't really realize where Golden was and kind of clipped him, and it just caught everybody up there, sending them up the track and collecting a couple cars there. As we see Hunter Carlson taking a lot of damage, trying to make it back to pit road. Hopefully he can get them repairs made and get back out there.
Oh man, this is so painful to watch because I've been there before where the car is so tore up you have no choice but to take a tow, and you never want to do that because it takes so much time for the wrecker to hook up to it, drag you back. Odds are he's going to end up going a lap down would be my guess. And we're going to see if we can't, if I can find another good incident here. We'll start right here and see if we can't do another replay. And I'm probably going to see if we can't find a better view. That's a terrible view of it. Let's bring us back live here then, man. I don't know. Here we go. I'm sorry. Sorry, viewers. That was definitely on me there. So let's take another look right here. We'll pick it up with Stephen Luttrell. And I tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to flip us over to Austin Cansdale and see if we can't take a view inside. As you can see right now, he's already been kind of shoved down to the inside. Chris Golden's on his rear, gets into his bumper, shoves him down to the apron. Austin's up here. He's trying to ease back. Oh, man. Chris Golden was on him close. And then with it being the front cars, man, it's just a roadblock. Everybody is involved in that. I know I saw a good deal of the 20 of Joshua Tressler as well. Man, I don't know, Colton. What do you think? I mean, that somewhat just seems kind of like a racing incident to me, because obviously Chris didn't mean to knock Cansdale onto the apron, and obviously Austin Cansdale has to get back up onto the track. Unfortunately, there's not room for him at that point by the time that Chris has moved up to his outside.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, coming from racing with these guys myself in the late models, the trucks and all, looking at Golden and Cansdale themselves, I mean, they're typically not rough drivers, and they give each other respect. So I'm sure Golden didn't mean it. And Cansdale just trying to make a move back up to get back up in the lane and stay with everybody and try and keep position at the same time. And maybe the spotter just wasn't on spot where they needed to be, that he didn't know he was there, and it kind of just caught him. Could have been the air draft, even maybe net code sometimes with iRacing. Sometimes that plays a factor. So it's definitely kind of one of the, I would say it would be a racing incident, and hopefully nobody's mad at each other for it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Colton. I'd totally forgotten about net code, which to our viewers, that essentially means, iRacing does its best through the internet to kind of keep up with the position of each and every car. But sometimes the data is a little bit skewed by the time it gets sent to iRacing and back. And so occasionally you'll have some guys that don't even touch, but actually cause a wreck with one another. And that's what we here call netcode issues. And so that very well could have happened there as well. Combined in with down on the apron, back up, nowhere to go, a little bit of net code, and next thing you know, you got the big one. Here we go. We're taking the green. We got Daniel Michel out front on the inside line. I would say that's the preferred spot to be right now, as we got the 45 of Joe Bullwin trying to keep out on the outside. But again, if you're going to run that outside line, man, you're going to have to stay disciplined, keep things in line. You cannot zigzag through the corners or down the straightaways for that matter. You're going, because the inside line's got a shorter distance to go. It's much easier for them to reference the line down at the bottom. So that's going to be the only way, I think. Oh, we got another caution. And I'm not exactly sure. I'm showing David. Want to make sure I get this. David Colbert. Yeah. As being the incident here. Oh, he's in 46. Boy, I'm glad Cansdale isn't running the Eastern Technical Design paint scheme tonight, because I truly thought I was bringing him bad luck. But let's see here. We got the 33 of Austin Kansas. Man, he just slides up just a little bit. I know Austin's a super clean driver. I'm sure he did not know that the 46 of David Calbert. Want to make sure I get his name right. I just get the sense anyway, Colton, did. I don't think Austin knew he was there. I don't think there was any intention there of spinning him. You got an opinion?
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, I will say Colbert kind of had a real quick run there. Like he came out of nowhere. He had a good gust of wind there, pushing him up past him, and it might have just been another racing incident where he didn't know he was there. Maybe the spotter was off again, not realizing that the car was there, and he just glided up a little bit, collecting contact and causing the incident.
Yeah, and I was just checking through the YouTube chat as well. Bradley Young, he was saying, yeah, running that yellow line is best if you can keep it off the apron. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it is a fine line there. That's the reason why I say I kind of like to keep about somewhere between a quarter and a half a car length or car width between me and the yellow line, because you're on these super speedways. If you do get down on the apron, especially in the middle of the corner, it's going to shoot you right back up the track. And
yeah, sometimes that apron tries pushing you, and sometimes it pushes you down, but then sometimes it pulls you loose. So it's definitely kind of tough to be down there.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go, man. We are down 20 to go. It'll be interesting to see if anybody ducks on the pit lane, maybe for a fresh set of tires, especially being Maybe if you're one of the guys towards the end of the line, it will be interesting. I know personally, if I'm running towards the back, I don't have anything to lose. Even if I don't take on fuel, might as well go ahead and hop in there. But now we only have 3 sets of tires, but I know they've pitted twice. Well, I'm actually showing some guys have pitted 3 times here, so some guys may not have any tires left. I'm assuming 2 stops were for tires and fuel, and 1 stop may have been just fuel only. But again, I'm not 100% sure about that. Be nice if we had Larry Mack in the studio with us, wouldn't it? Kind of give us the mechanical crew chief rundown here. Let us know what's going down. But anyway, Colton, I just want to say, man, obviously, well, the viewers may not know this, but I think I had made mention to it earlier on. We had a couple of late absences by our normal broadcast team here. And I am just now starting to get over a sickness that I've had for about 3 weeks. So still got a little raspy voice. Still have to hit the cough button every now and then. Still got a little sinus trouble, but I feel so much better. But anyway, I'm just so happy to have Colton joining me up here on the virtual couch here so we can take a look at this race. It was definitely a late, I mean right down, what would you say, Colton? The last 30 seconds before we went live or so, before we got you in here?
Yeah, I will say it definitely came down to the wire of throwing that green flag on the broadcast here. I'm more than thankful for you guys bringing me in. I mean, I sat here and I looked at the Discord and I'm like, maybe I could give it a shot. I got nothing going on right now. And then I was getting a little anxious and I seen go to the waiting room and I'm like, hey, I'll jump in here and try my best. And I really appreciate you guys bringing me in and giving me this chance. Definitely broadened my horizon and give me something new to do. I want to thank Wayne also. He threw it out there saying that if I did join in to take over in the booth to help out, that he really appreciated it. So, of course, Wayne, I don't mind helping out. I also appreciate you for putting on these leagues because I also do race with FWM.
Absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate you jumping in here with me at the last moment. Luckily, it didn't give you much time to think about it and get your feet too cold. So you can just kind of hop in here. It's like I tell everybody, and the way I've always looked at it, man, just say whatever's on your mind, good, bad, or ugly. Just tell us what you think's happening and kind of paint a picture for anyone who may be watching out there. It's way more entertaining, at least I like to think that, to hear someone talking about it and giving their perspective as it would be if we just sort of killed the mics and not have any broadcasters at all. So here we go. We got the 45 of Bullwind. Think that might be his first time up front tonight. I could be wrong about that. Then we got the 25 of Daniel Michelle. Man, I tell you what, Colton, that 25, he may be a new racer, but I've mentioned his name an awful lot tonight. I know he got in an early scrape early on, but man, he seems to be in the mix all night tonight.
Yeah, Michelle definitely making some waves out here, starting first time with FWM. Looking like a pretty good driver out there, pretty clean and respectful. Gotten a couple mix-ups and went to the back, and now he's back up front for like the third or fourth time. I can't even keep track tonight. So he's definitely playing this strategy out right and making some good moves.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to several of the new drivers here. We got Joe Bullwind. He's actually in the front of this train. Daniel Michelle, he's a new driver. He's running in second. Third, Tyler Autry. And Ron Walters, who happens to be running in, he was running in fourth. Now he's in fifth. Now in fourth, we got Dave Calbert. Hope I'm saying that correctly. And so anyway, man, these new guys here that we have for this series are starting to make a name for themselves already.
Yeah, definitely have a couple different drivers tonight, even new ones. I know Hunter Carlson was up there pushing some positions. He was up like 12 positions. Now we got some newcomers up here. Tyler Autry, Ron Walters, and Dave Calbert. We got them pushing 9 and 10 plus positions. And there we're going to have maybe a caution.
Yes, our sixth caution of the night. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, we got three different guys here that I'm showing. Dave Calbert, Ron Walters, and Daniel Michelle. All of them apparently were involved in this. Let's see if we can pick it up here. So we see them coming down the front stretch, getting ready to go into the tri-oval. Let's see if we can find out. Oh, there we go. The 99 and the number 90 end up getting together. The 99 would be Ron Walters, and then number 90 would be Dave Calbert. And well, I'm scrolling through my screen. Yeah, we got a Dave and a David. So I'm not sure if they're father and son, brothers, or just coincidences here. But anyway, that was a quick peek of what happened there. It was awful sudden. 15 laps to go. I tell you, Colton, every time we get a caution, man, I can just feel the intensity picking up just a little bit by little bit.
Honestly, for sure, it's definitely picking up. And I mean, hey, I think I kind of called it there with 15 laps to go. It's getting pretty much up there with the intensity of the racing. So we'll see how they finish out these last 15 laps.
Yes, sir, man. You definitely called that one. I didn't know exactly. I know this is a big track. Didn't know exactly where, the guys would start more or less doing more taking the giving and putting the hammering down. But, yeah, the intensity's picking up. Nobody's cutting anybody any slack right now. And it's not going to get any better from this point to the checkered. That's for sure. And how about that old... I'm sorry. Go ahead, Colton.
I'll be honest with you. Coming from a racer's point of view, especially with me racing on iRacing here and being in the cars, when it comes to these big tracks, you need quite a few laps to put the hammer down and make your way through the pack and get up there to the front. When it comes to the shorter tracks, in my perspective, the last anywhere 5 to 10 laps, that's when you really put the heat on and make your final moves. But these bigger tracks are definitely harder to make that move. You got such a long run with the drafting. So you definitely got to play your cards right. And that's why I called the 15 lap mark.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be spot on, man. Well, I'm getting ready to put you on the spot here because I want to know your opinion on this. From this point on, your finish, how much of it is going to be determined upon skill, strategy, or on the opposite end, just pure luck? What do you think about that?
Well, honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, we got a bunch of new drivers up front. We got Wayne Cannon, Landon Brown, Chris Golden up there coming up through. Any of these guys really have a chance. So honestly, it's kind of a toss-up between the strategy with how good their tires are and everything, whether they wore them out a little bit or they've been conserving. Do I think it come down to pure luck? It all depends on the moves that you make. If these guys stay respectful and they don't put the heat on too much, I think it'll come down to some good battling and that it would work out with the strategy. So honestly, in my opinion, it could go either way.
Well, I have said this more than once. Racing, especially on short tracks, not as familiar about super speedways. But even though it just looks like cars going around in circles, you kind of have a chess match, almost a ballet, and at the end you have a game of lawn darts thrown in there to the mix. So we may end up having just all lone darts. I think all the ballet may have played out chess, strategy, that sort of thing. Everybody's got what they got at this point. So I'm just personally, I'm just anticipating 14 laps to go. You're hammering down. You're on the throttle. If you run up on somebody, you're going to give them a push. If it makes them a little bit squirrely, you're still not going to let off. You're going to hold it down and just hope for the best. So
and it may come into us. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
It may come into hopefully not for these drivers' sake. Hopefully we don't come in seeing that pressure getting on too deep, but where it comes into being the big one on the final laps or coming to the checkered.
Yeah, I would certainly hope that wouldn't happen. I'm hoping for a green flag finish here, and not a lot of carnage going on at the end. I got a lot of friends out here that are racing right now, and I'm I'm pulling for all of them. You know, even the new guys, I want to see them do good as well. So I guess more or less sum up my opinion right now. I'm just interested in seeing and excited on how the heck this sucker's going to finish up, man. I just would hate to see, some of our front runners, especially for Daniel Michelle. For a new guy, he's been up front all night long. I would hate to see him to get a last place finish based upon the big one and send him to the back. Kind of feel like he's put in his dues tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's definitely put in a lot of work, making it from the back to the front multiple times. He's definitely shown he's got some skill in there, and he can do what he needs to do to try and compete with these guys and battle for position. So hopefully everything goes well for all these drivers, and we can go green flag and keep it clean. And again, may the best man win.
Absolutely, man. How about Daniel Mindfood Jones? I don't know how he does it week in and week out. Running in seventh, always starts in the rear of the pack, never qualifies. I don't know how he does it. He was a lap down earlier on in this race, and here he is running in seventh right now. With he's in contention for the win as man the 45 of Joe Bullwin somehow or another absolutely fires out of the cannon, taking a little bit of Uncle Wayne Cannon's thunder there, and really rocketed to the front. So I'm not exactly sure if somebody missed the shift there or whatnot.
Definitely some kind of racing, maybe incident going on there. Maybe somebody did miss a shift. It's looking like we got the front half of the pack pulling away from the back half. But we definitely got a 4-car battle going on up front.
We definitely do, and we got Chris Golden, Landon Brown, Mindfu, and the 16. That'd be Harold Rothery. Sorry, Harold. You stay around long enough, your name will roll off my tongue, man. But right now, I'm trying to be careful not to mispronounce anybody. It took me 2 months to get Colton Briner's name right. As we've got another caution now, right here now. And I'm showing that being for the 49 of Daniel Michelle. But I'm sorry. That was on. I was fixing to say that was on lap 49. Okay, that was my fault. I was in there at 49. Wait a minute, isn't he the 25 car? But I totally messed up on reading the event timer down here.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut you off there. I was going to say that'd be the number 25, but
yeah. Hey, feel free to cut me off any time there, man. So we're riding along here with Dave Calvert. But it's more or less looking like he just ended up taking a pit stop there. So that's what I was talking about with the timing here. Sometimes it'll kind of give you some false alerts. So I tell you what, I'm showing Ron Waters had a black flag. So let's see if we can't figure out what happened with him. Maybe he was involved in it. I mean, Colton, did you see anything that happened? I mean, I know the camera was up front, but I didn't notice anything that went wrong.
Yeah, I didn't catch anything there. All I saw was just the top 8 cars there running tight together under a blanket. So it must have been in the backpack there.
Yeah, and it looks like the 99 of Ron Waters there. He was just coming in for a regular old pit stop. So I do apologize, everyone. Short of running this thing back manually and looking at every single car, I can't really tell you what exactly happened there, what brought out our caution. I'm relying an awful lot on technology here, and sometimes doesn't want to cooperate. But yeah, as far as I was calling Dave Colbert the 49 car, and that was all on me there. I was that was actually the lap number that I was showing an event happened there. But anyway, as we can tell, well, and even then I just misspoke because I think I was talking about Daniel Michelle earlier. Man, one of these days, Colton, I'm shooting for a perfect broadcast. I've probably done 40 or 50 of these things and haven't had one yet, but I'm still shooting for it. So maybe one night I'll come through and nail everything perfectly. But anyway, still here to kind of more or less give my opinion, talk a little bit about what's going on. I do enjoy being up here. And again, just want to thank you for coming in here tonight, man, on such short notice.
Oh,
I
of
did get,
course. Again, like I said, I try and always broaden my horizons with everything, and put my what they call. I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Basically, like a multi-tool that I can be out there and be a different man for every job. So I like to add more things to my list and cross it off my bucket list too. Because I've been looking into getting into broadcasting. As I have my own league myself. And some of the broadcasting, you got to pay money for them and everything. So I've been talking about it, been thinking about it, and we're actually trying to start up our own networking here. So this is getting me some practice. Hopefully I'm not doing too bad of a job, and I'll definitely stick around if you need more help anytime.
absolutely, Colton. I've enjoyed you, man. You've done a great job, especially for your first time. And I was telling somebody earlier, it was actually Wesley Outland. I was talking with him earlier today. This whole broadcasting gig, man, it doesn't come with an instruction manual. So I've had to figure out so much on my own. I'm so far out of my element, and I'm just trying to make the best of it. And so if there's anything that I can do to help you guys with your broadcast or whatever, I'll certainly lend my opinion or give you my advice, give you any kind of tips or whatever that I've learned. But with one caveat, just because I tell you that doesn't mean that's the way it's supposed to be done. Like I said, doesn't come with an instruction manual, so I'm learning on the fly, man. And thanks, Wayne Cannon. I approached him when we had a broadcaster sort of take a leave of absence and told Wayne, man, me and him both being the owners of two separate leagues here, we're both kind of trying to find someone to help broadcast our leagues. And my God, man, some of these rates these guys are charging, we might as well put it on Flow Sports and have it on real TV. So I told Wayne, hey, man, I don't have any experience, but I can get you something on TV anyway, on YouTube. And he was like, hey, man, have at it. See what you can do. And so here I am. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm not really even a broadcaster. But I do enjoy racing. I love iRacing. And I've got an opinion on everything. So anyway, just doing the best I can. Colton, you're doing a great job, man. Just want to let you know you got a perfect radio voice, by the way. So I think if you were interested in a broadcasting career, I don't think you'd have to look very far to be able to pick up some gigs, man. And all that.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is your very first night. So, hey, it's all gravy from here, man. You're only going to get better, in other words. So just let me know if we can help you out in any way.
Yeah, definitely got to start somewhere and learn from the bottom.
That's why I had to, like I said, there's no instruction manual. I wish there were, because I would have read it twice. But here we go, man. We got the pace car. I'm starting to lose my voice just a little bit. I'm still getting over a sickness. I apologize. I've been sick almost 3 weeks now. I thought I was just about cleared up by 99%, but apparently I was mistaken. I'm about 98. My voice cracking up a little bit, but we're going to take it. We only got 8 laps to go. Here we go. We got the green flag. Oh, man, from the outside, we got the 45 of Joel Bolden. I'm not sure if that was a gentleman's agreement or not between him and the 25 of Daniel Michel. But, man, from the outside lane, boy, he kind of jumped on the restart there and took an early lead here as these guys are coming down the backstretch, hugging the double yellow line. We got the 25 of Daniel Michel. Man, he is hot on Joe Bolden's bumper right there. Again, it kind of makes me wonder, Colton, the way those guys kind of worked that out and the way they're working right now, I can't help but think they might have had a gentleman's agreement here to, kind of help one another up until maybe the next to the last lap. And as soon as I say that, there he goes. 25 of Daniel Michel kind of bolts out there on his own. I don't think that was such a good idea, because I just don't think that outside line is going to have enough energy to get him back up to the front.
Yeah, thinking about it there, it might not have been good, but there's definitely an outside pack coming. If they can get lined up together, it might work out in their favor that they can push ahead and get in front of the 45 of Bolin there. And we got him coming up. Oh, and there's another one.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Somebody in the game there is saying, not clear, not clear. Well, boy, we have got an awful lot of cars here that I'm showing as being off track. So we'll back it up, see what we can see. See them kind of going down the back stretch. Oh, my God. I think everybody was involved in that particular incident. I think it might have occurred somewhere around with the number 5 of Landon Brown here. As he's on the outside, we're kind of coming in. You see Chris Golden dive down, and oh man, that was a 45, I'm sure, of Joe Bolden. Said not clear, because I hate to do this because this is my nephew here. But it does look like he might have come down on top of the 45, not realizing that he was there. And boy, it's just a bowling ball in the bowling pins at that point. And miraculously, look at this car right now, man. Doesn't really look like much damage at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he got tore up too bad. I know there was a bunch of car parts flying there. And they received some right rear damage. Don't look too bad, but coming with the drafting, that might mess up some aerodynamics there. Looking like a little bit of damage down the right side too.
Yeah.
And sometimes it ends up coming down to, two drivers racing for the same piece of real estate that, just ain't up for sale yet.
Yeah, yeah. You're exactly right. Well, I know for a fact, I've done several races myself where, you think you've got a guy passed. And matter of fact, I'll even back it up further. I think I've made about every possible mistake in iRacing that you can make. But I have noticed that your spotter isn't always right on the money. In other words, I've had them call me clear when I wasn't, and call a car outside when it wasn't, those sort of things. But again, we're dealing with technology going across the internet here, and there's going to be a certain amount of lag. Hopefully, Landon's able to get his car back going here. We got unlimited number of fast repairs, so as long as he don't go a lap down, especially these super speedways here, get into a lane, either the upper or the lower, and maybe kind of get in the middle of one of these freight trains, you might be able to ride it up to a good finish. But I tell you what, we got 4 laps to go. The lights are still on the pace car. Your broadcaster is going to have to take one more final pit stop before we get a checker flag. So we'll be right back. You guys stay tuned. This is going to get exciting. And welcome back, everybody. We can see right now the lights are off on the pace car. He ducks down. We're getting ready for hopefully what's going to be the final restart of this race. Everybody's hammering down in the restart zone. We got Chris Golden. How about that on the outside? He's battling with the 25 of Daniel Michelle, has been up front all night long. Stephen Luttrell. Colton is just like I told you, man. You can never count that dude out. I don't know how he does it. He can go up and down. We got a caution. Doggone it. So we're going to have a green-white checker finish, at least one of them anyway. But I'm going to try to go back here and see if we can't figure out what happened. I'm showing Dave Colbert. And I'm not sure if that's the... Well, that would be the 45 car. So that's not the 90, the one that I was showing an alert on. I'm going to switch back over here real quick. I'm going to rewind it for everyone. See if we can't figure out exactly what's going on. So we see the 45, he's got a missing front valence. That would be Joe Bullwood. Man, it just was only a lap or two ago he was racing for the lead. And I was searching for his name. Didn't recognize the number, so I missed exactly what happened here. There we go. I think we got 20. I believe that's Joshua Trussler. Got a tremendous run. But, man, with that valence being missing on the front of that car, I'm sure that was a tremendous amount of drag. Joshua Trussler in 20 was trying to push him, but I don't know. Aerodynamically, I just don't think that was working out. What do you think, Golden?
Yeah, they were talking about it during our intermission break there. they were talking about that they were making sure he uses fast repair. He said he did click the fast repair, but it wasn't showing up for him having his front bumper. So hopefully he took the fast repair, and it just ended up that iRacing just messed up or something. But that might have caused some aerodynamic issues there for sure.
Oh my goodness! And how about this? I knew it. Oh my God, Colton. This happens to me every week, man. There's always something that if I don't check it, it ends up coming back and biting me right square in the buttocks. I just knew for sure we were going to have a couple of green, white, checkered uh, attempts here to try to finish this thing. But man, we are finishing right now. We got the checkered flag. And it looks like we're going to have Daniel Michelle being able to take the checkered flag here. New driver in the 25 car is going to grab his first win here with Four Wide Motorsports. And then how about that? Well, Stephen Luttrell and Chris Golden, couple of buddies of mine, especially Stephen Luttrell and Chris Golden. I always got something I want to tease them about. But Daniel Michelle, I'm not sure what kind of sense of humor he's got. So we're going to have a pretty good interview session here. So anyway, hopefully Daniel's going to give us a good smoke show. I always tell the guys, man, if you take checkered flag, I want to see some donuts. I want to see some smoke. I want to see that you appreciate what you've done. So
yeah, coming from me driving and racing in real life and racing on iRacing here, I'll tell you what, man, it comes down to I take a win, I am definitely putting on a smoke show.
that is me. It's been so long since I got a W, but I tell you what, you want to see what a winner looks like? You let me grab that checker flag, man. I'll have that daggone front straightaway paved with rubber by the time it's all said and done. So
Yeah, I'll be
now,
honest with you. I only have one league win myself, and that's obviously with FWM here when we ran the SK mods. I actually didn't even get to pave the track with any black marks because we had a lot going on there and the season being canceled. So I just parked it in victory lane and took my win with my pride.
oh my goodness! Oh, what a blown opportunity! There we go. Yeah, baby, burn that sucker down, man. That's what I'm talking about. Let all your fans see what you've done. That was a pretty daggone good win. Very first time out here with Four Wide Motorsports. Running into white letters on the front tires. I think they're General tires on the ARCA car. Burn that sucker down, man. I always like to see a guy. That right there shows some emotion. They say sometimes make like you've been there before. But doggone it, I want to see that it matters to you. Look at that. We got a little sideways, I don't know what you call that kind of burnout. I've seen it a time or two. But, yeah. Little, what do you call it? Drifting action almost there, Colton. Gotta love the excitement there. That just, to me, it's not showing off or anything. Just tells me that how much the driver appreciates what he's accomplished.
Yeah, he's definitely out there showing his excitement for winning this race tonight.
Absolutely, man. Great smoke show there, Daniel. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to see if we can line our drivers up for some podium interviews here. And we're going to see if Colton can do his first interview. We're going to see what happens here. So anyway, this will be exciting. It finished to the exciting end of this race right here. So you guys hang on and we'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to the Four Wide Motorsports post-race show. Here we go. I've caught up with our third place finisher, my good buddy Chris Golden. Chris, I don't know if you got a good copy here or not, buddy. My voice is crackling up. I'm trying to hold it together. It's time to dig here for me, man. So I'm trying to keep my voice together, buddy. How do you think your race went tonight, man?
It went really, really good. I can't really ask for much more. I mean, me and a couple other guys had a pretty good strategy going there, and just a couple little missteps really cost us. Dadgummit, I wanted to win this one so bad since I'm gonna be on a little hiatus here for a month or two. They put me back on nights at work, so I was giving her everything I had. Heck, I even tried to jump that last restart a little bit and almost got myself penalized, and I just couldn't quite get that last little push there at the end to get around those guys.
Well, I tell you what, Chris. Now, I consider you a friend of mine, of course. But the only problem is I've got a whole damn field of friends here. So I was still pulling for you, though, just because you had the LFRL and the Leadfoot TV on the hood, man. A little throwback to what you ran there at Salem in the real ARCA race there. But I got to commend you a little bit, man. I tell you what, dude. You were really mixing it up towards the front. I know you kind of got shuffled back a time or two, but more or less, the question I've got is how much were you strategizing, just riding? I mean, did you have a lap at which is go time, time to dig, that sort of thing?
Honestly, I told the guys, we had our group going on. I told the guys, I was like, look, we're gonna stay down here. We're gonna all keep letting each other in on this bottom line because the bottom line's the safest. I mean, you can only get past on the outside on the bottom, but on the outside you can get past on both sides. So it gives you a little extra defense. So we were just riding the yellow line as much as possible, saving fuel, trying to stay out of trouble. And until about 5 to go, and I was like, look, guys, we got to do what we can do here. Try to run 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, it almost worked. We had a line getting ready to roll right there on Daniel. We were lined up 4 in a row, all behind him, and it was right there, and couldn't quite make it happen.
Well, I got to give you credit. Anytime you can get a top 10 finish at one of these races, I mean, man, you've done something. It's somewhat of strategy, but it's all there's some luck that plays in there as well. So anyway, just like you say, congratulations on your third place finish. I can't extend it too much longer because I got to save a little bit of voice for a winner. But is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Oh man, for sure. Leadfoot TV, Triple B, Eastern Technical Design. I mean, Four Wide Motorsports, all the guys in the car, Club Racing Inc., Tyler Autry, Landon Brown, Joe, forgot your last name for some reason. Drawing a blank right now. Chris Norris, the guys I was running with. Man, I can't be upset about third place when I'm driving 5 cars. So it worked out pretty good.
I would second that for sure. And I think you may be referencing Joe Bullwin in the 45
Yes.
car. Is that correct? Shout out to you, Joe.
First race with us tonight.
Yeah, we got several new faces here. It was actually kind of hard for me to get into the swing of things because I'm so used to being able to look at the car and especially numbering, tell exactly who's driving what without having to rely on my screen. But I got a little bit of a delay tonight, man. We had, I don't know, I would say 5 or 6 new guys in here with us. So anyway,
Dude,
Chris.
What a heck of a car count. 20 dadgum cars, man. First night out. Can't shake a stick at that.
Yeah, I was really worried that we were going to have about 10 cars. Everybody get strung out about a half a lap or half a mile apart and just, single car racing. So commend to you guys. Commend Four Wide Racing for having all these guys in here and put on one hell of a show. Just want to say again, congratulations. Chris Golden comes up in third position tonight. So I'm going to check in with my buddy there, Colton Briner. Hey, man, have you caught up with the second place finisher yet down in the pits?
Yeah, standing down here in the pits with our second place finisher, Stephen Luttrell. You got a copy on us?
I do.
All right, looking back at the race, he definitely had a mix-up tonight, getting caught up in a couple things, going back in the pack and just working your way to the front. I know me and Tracy here were talking about you on the broadcast. You're definitely not one to count out. So what was your strategy tonight, and how was your race?
Really, it's just don't get involved in the crashes and don't have your headset die on you in the middle of the race. So the second one, I couldn't escape that one. Going into through turn 2 or into turn 1, I don't remember. The headset just froze up for, I don't know, a good 5-6 seconds and got me up in the wall and pushed me back into the pack again. But yeah, work our way back up and just kind of push through and dodge wrecks and get up there and get a good finish. But it was a bit too many cautions, but I'm sure that's something that we can work out. A lot of new guys racing with each other that haven't raced with each other before. So we'll get some of that cleared out, I'm sure, and we'll have some fun next week.
Yeah, definitely. Making your way through the pack there, and trying to dodge MREX. I know sometimes it's hard to. 99% of the guys here, definitely have respect for each other. Clean racing, and they always try and give each other room. I personally don't know how these ARCA cars are, as I haven't gotten to ran them. I don't know what kind of difficulty they are being on the track as a driver. But it's definitely seeming like some pretty good racing. Some of the new drivers just got to get the hang of things. But I will say it's nice seeing new faces. Definitely a good field of cars. But how did it feel working from the back to the front multiple times?
Oh, that's always fun. Going from the back, all the way from the back up to the front, and then something happens and you go to the back again, and weaving through cars like that can be fun. But these cars, they're really sticky on the track, but they don't bump draft very well at all. They have a tendency to push the guy that you're pushing to the left or to the right. It's like you cannot push them center. It just doesn't happen with these cars. So that really makes super speedway racing a little hard in these cars when you're just trying to just bump draft the guy in front of you and it slingshots him off the track. So you just got to keep an eye out for that and bump lightly. But yeah, other than that, these cars are a ton of fun.
Okay. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh, just you guys for putting on the show, and Wayne for putting on the league. My mom, my dad, my wife, my 2 daughters, and my grandson.
Okay, well, that's our second place finisher, Stephen Luttrell. I do want to say thank you for showing up, and all the guys out here running FWM ARCA tonight. I want to thank everybody for allowing me to come in here and broadcast, and congratulations on your second place finish, and I'll turn it back over to Tracy.
10-4. Thank you very much, Colton. Congratulations, Stephen. 8. Don't forget to thank the Cleveland Browns, my man. All right, so anyway, we've got a race winner tonight, a guy I've never even spoken to, never even met, Mr. Daniel Michelle. At least that was through the YouTube chat. That was how we were supposed to pronounce your last name. First of all, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Fabulous, man. Okay, coming out of the big state of California, Los Angeles. All right, so we're talking about it's only 7:45 right now, so you'll be able to pick up another race a little later on, maybe get 2 wins tonight. But anyway, Daniel, this is your first race with us, as far as I know anyway. I've never seen your name here before, but first of all, can you just tell me how do you like racing here? I mean, how did your race go tonight?
Race went pretty good. A few mistakes early. Kind of shuffled myself back to the rear after a miscommunication with Yogi Scheller, I think, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Yogi.
Schleer.
The
We'll
12.
go with
Schleer?
nobody knows. Nobody knows. We'll just call him Schleer. So
Yeah, so I tried to go on his outside because he was a little squirrely off the corner and he went up the track and I didn't realize and we got together. So I was in the back after that. So after that, it was just a recovery race, just trying to see how I can make my way back up to the front without getting as much damage. And I got there. Unfortunately, my rear end did get caught in one of the big ones, so I had a bit of damage for the rest of the race. I never pit since lap 30 or something like
Oh,
that.
oh, wow. Oh, okay. Well, one question me and Colton had, we were a little bit wondering, had some guys chime in. I think it was Bradley Young saying we could do about 1,000 laps on these particular tires at this track. But personally, a question that I have for you is, I realize this is super speedway, but in this particular car on this particular tire model, I mean, what could you tell the tires were going away any at all? Was there any, difficulty handling wise as the race went on?
No, not particularly. There may be a bit of rear wear, but that's about it. Uh, there's no wear relatively compared to any other track. The ARCA car here just it's so almost like a brick.
Hmm.
You're moving so much on the track, but the tires themselves are pretty pretty good. So
Pretty stable.
you're not sliding around. Yeah, it's stable. You're not going to be, killing your tires and need a pit because you got a black flag for, not having tires on the car.
Right, right. Okay. Well, that was just I don't know. That was a personal question of mine that I had. I was just really curious as to how much tires did come into play, even though Daytona is considered a super speedway. With the higher racing or higher level NASCAR series, they say handling is a big deal. And I know the ARCA car is more or less one of those cars you kind of have to keep the momentum going on those things to make good lap times. And I was just really curious personally as to, how the tire wear came into play here because I noticed some of the guys, were taking on fuel, some of them were taking on right sides during some of these pits. But anyway, I'm going on way too long about that. Yeah, all I'm saying is that was just more or less curiosity of mine. So anyway, appreciate you answering that for me. Daniel, I just want to welcome you to Four Wide Motorsports, man. Hope you are you intending on running the rest of the season here with us?
I'd like to, yeah. It's purely based on whether or not I can make the races, but I've been running the trucks. I've ran 2 races, and now I'm going to be running ARCA.
Okay, all right. Well, I had you. I'm not going to necessarily say picked as a winner or anything, but I did point out to Colton a couple of different times. You always, somehow or another, even after you got a little incident early on, and no matter how the shuffling and everything happened, you were always seemed to be up in the top 4 or 5 in the mix there. So just want to congratulate you on your win. And hey, man, you got any sponsors or anything anybody you want to thank tonight?
Just Hunter Carlson for inviting me, Studio 86, Brad Young in the chat, you guys for the broadcast, and just the hosts of the session. It was a great race. We did have a lot of cautions, but it was still an enjoyable race.
Absolutely. Well, it was enjoyable to watch. I think I may mention early on to Chris Golden there that I was a little bit concerned that we wouldn't have a good car count and things kind of get stretched out there a bit. Everybody separated by about a quarter of a mile or so on a 2 mile track here or whatever it is. Whatever it is. But anyway, it was a heck of an entertaining race, man. Uh, I just wished I had a better voice to be able to call it with the intensity that we needed here. But anyway, I just want to send you out a congratulations. I mean, that's a hell of a win percentage there, man. Show up one time in ARCA and win one time. So anyway, just want to say congratulations again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, Colton, I'm going to try my best to make it through the end tonight, man. Uh, Anyway, it's getting it's getting tight here, buddy. But before my voice gives out, I just want to go ahead and let's run through the official results here for tonight. We got Daniel Michelle in the 25 car. He ended up finishing first. The 36 car of Stephen Luttrell. My man's always up front, even if he is running the Cleveland Browns car. Yeah, he ends up finishing second. He was our pole sitter tonight as well. So great run for Stephen Luttrell. Chris Golden, buddy of mine. Of course, I got so many buddies here. You know, I think I could go through the whole list as a buddy of mine, but just want to give him a shout out. I think he's I may have to go back in my memory, but he may be the first guy that I know of to put LFRL on a real ARCA car. Yeah, I think he was the only one. So anyway, Chris Golden, appreciate that, buddy. Austin Lucky Cansdale, he got rid of Eastern Technical Design on the hood, and it paid off for him. Come into fourth position. Hunter Carlson, oh man, what a rebound. Daggone Hunter, I didn't realize you would come back that far, man. Started in 14th, and the 32 car ended up finishing 5th. A new driver that I'm not very familiar with, the 16th of Harold Rothery, started 9th, ended up finishing 6th. Another new driver, the 54, is actually a beautiful paint scheme, by the way, Tyler. Tyler Autry started 12th, ended up finishing 7th. Good race tonight. The 46 of David Calvert. He ended up finishing in 8th, started in 16th. Good race for him. Chris Norris into 56. He ended up starting 7th, ended up finishing 9th. Uncle Wayne Cannon, the league owner, he started 8th, ended up finishing 10th. So let's see, we got Benjamin Hollabaugh, the one-legged man there, peg leg. In the 8 car, ended up finishing 11th. He started 11th. So, hey, man, if your knee gets any better, it's only upwards from here. Wait a minute. Is it? I'm sorry. I could be wrong. I do apologize. Maybe it's not Benjamin, or is it Joshua? So,
Yeah,
anyway,
Joshua's just coming back.
Joshua. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Benjamin. All right. Yeah, man. You're good with both legs. Joshua. Great finish tonight in the number 20 car, finishing 12th. Started 17th, so that's really good. Yogi Schleer, he was involved in a couple of incidents. Actually qualified great in second position. But it doesn't take a whole lot of incidents to kind of get you mixed up in the back. Finishes 13th. My nephew, Landon Brown, in number 5, started in 5th and ends up finishing 14th. Here's where I got to get careful. Dave Calbert. You have to let me know there, Dave. Started 15th, finished 15th in the number 90 car. 99 of Ron Walters started in 13th, ends up finishing 16th. Joe Bullwin. Man, that guy was up front all night long in the number 45 car. Started in 6th, ended up finishing 7th. And Daniel Mindfood Jones started in the 18th position, very close to the rear, if not in the back. And that's where he finishes at, 3 laps down. I just want to say this is not a reflection on Daniel's night. He was running up front there near the end, but those late race cautions kind of took his toll. So, anyway, I'm trying to hang on here for as long as I can. We've got, just want to let everyone know, Fort Wide Motorsports is always looking for drivers. We've got iRacing on Monday nights, Friday nights, NASCAR on the console with NASCAR 25, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sundays. And, but, however, it's only on PC and PS5 only. They're taking drivers of all skill levels. It's not on this particular flyer, but I also know that we've got some monster truck action going on. I actually saw a video of it the other night, very intriguing. So if you guys, pretty much anyone who's watching, whatever you're into, odds are there's a league for it or a series going on. Just want to let you guys know that. So, man, that sounded terrible. Sorry, Colt. Anyway, I'm trying to make it through, man. It's getting raspier and raspier as we go. Just want to say it was a pleasure working with you tonight. Appreciate you jumping in here at the last moment. Um, and I wish I could have been a better mentor to you, but I'm more of a producer than a broadcaster. But have you got any last comments for tonight before we sign off?
Well, I definitely want to thank you for allowing me to come in here and sit on the couch next to you in the booth here to broadcast tonight and be able to call out the shots and give our viewers a good video at home to sit and watch this race and cheer on their favorite fans. I also want to thank Wayne Cannon. I really appreciate you letting me in here and giving me this permission to go ahead and test it out. I see him over in the chat there telling me I did a good job tonight. And with it being my first night, everyone show me some love and saying thanks for me filling in. I'm more than happy to help out anywhere I can. Tracy, if you guys need any help up here in the broadcast booth, let me know for sure. I'll definitely continue that. It won't be my first and last night. I'll definitely be here whenever needed. And I had fun tonight.
I did as well, Colton. And I just want to pronounce your last name one last time before we sign off. Briner. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Can you just say it for me so I can hear it one time?
Yes, it is Briner, and it is spelled Breiner.
Okay. I'm not going to get into spelling. That'll mess me all up. Okay, Briner. All right. I just wanted to make sure. I think we had someone chime in on the YouTube chat there a few races ago.
I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's Colton for you, straight up and down. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you jumping in here at the last moment. You didn't even have a chance to get nervous or get cold feet or anything because you said I might be able to do it, and I was like, I'm going to drag you in. So, hey, appreciate you filling in here. Like I said, it was a definite pleasure. It was an exciting race. Look forward to more racing. And just want to mention everybody real quickly here before we sign off on Monday, December the 8th, 2025. We've got the 4-Wide Motorsports Truck Series at Nashville Speedway. That's a great track, great series. Trucks always put on a great show. Next Friday night, 12/12/25, 8 p.m. That actually should be 9 p.m. I do apologize to everyone. Let's see. Oh my God. Boy, I really screwed that up too. Sorry about that, everybody. I thought I had a better night tonight. That's the ARCA series at Kern County Raceway. So anyway, sorry about that, everybody. You know, I got a full-time job trying to put this stuff together at the last minute, doing the best I can. Thank God Colton hopped in here with me, help us put this together. I want to give a great big shout out to him, Wayne Cannon, Hunter Carlson for being the admin, and Chris Golden for just being an all-around good guy. Anyway, you guys take care, and we will catch you right back here, 4-Wide Motorsports Network, on Monday night. Good night, everybody.